Hello friends, it is time for your weekly archetype duo. Today we are discussing the creator and the lover. Welcome to the second last part of my 6-part archetype series. It's been really fun for me to dive back into this subject, and I hope that you have been enjoying these tidbits as much as I have enjoyed creating them. I've mentioned this, I think, in every video, especially in September, that I would be interested in getting even deeper with this subject, but only if you think that is something that would be fruitful to you as well. So let me know in the comments down below if you want more archetypes or if you are sick of them. But let's get right into it. Now, I'm pairing these archetypes together for similarity, but also to point out the differences between them, because I find at first glance you can see the particular 12-type listing that I'm going with and think, hold on, like what is the point in splitting these up? Some more so than others. Like I think that sages and magicians, people can draw a lot of parallels. With the creator and lover, we're not so much going to see similarities, but I did put these two together because they are very human archetypes, which might sound funny to say because, I mean, the whole point of archetypes is that they're all very human, but I think you'll see what I mean. Starting with the creator, they are, of course, an archetype that likes to create things, but the definition is not quite so simple. A creator is a trailblazer, a Renaissance person. They're forward-thinking. They're often ahead of their time and committed to perfection. They can also be a nurturing archetype, though, which I don't think people talk about a lot when they do talk about the creator. But for me, I see them sometimes as embodying this sort of creative spirit of the mother goddess, if we want to use pagan verbiage, which I do. This archetype is authentic, they're driven, they're imaginative, they're passionate, but they're also practical. Creators, of course, have a dark side, similar to the sage, where their drive can lead them to be detached emotionally, or at least be better at detaching than other people. Creators on their worst days may be egotistical, immoral, impulsive, insensitive, single-minded, and selfish. You might already be thinking that Tony Stark, Iron Man, is a textbook creator, which he is. He pushes himself to incredible heights at all costs. He's an innovator and has vast goals for his role in society, along with a drive to do positive things. However, he battles with his drive as well as his ego, and his evolution where these pitfalls are concerned is incredibly rewarding to watch play out, which makes a creator a fascinating archetype to utilize in a protagonist or villain role. They've got a lot of depth and a lot of frustration. Am I relating? Maybe. Moving on to the lover archetype. This is an archetype that may sound romantic, and it can be, of course, but it is not always. Lovers can come in many forms, and so can the lover archetype. One of the unique things about this character is that they often come in pairs, which you don't see with other archetypes. So we're thinking Romeo and Juliet, Tristan and Isolde, Guinevere and Lancelot. This archetype is often faithful, passionate, and focused on emotional and physical intimacy. When they do not come in the form of a literal lover or lovers whose path is to be with their soulmate, they can appear as a romantic, someone who is in love with life, seeing everything through rose-colored glasses, or at the very least doing their best to see it that way. They can also be a loyal, lovable friend. While Sam Gamgee in Lord of the Rings can be represented by the caregiver archetype and more primarily he is also a lover. His love for Frodo drives him to the darkest places of his world, with his B-plot being that of returning home to marry Rosie Cotton. His happy ending involves maintaining close friendships and caring for a large family. The lover values beauty and luxury and can be very much a sensualist or even a matchmaker. They are dreamers with a sense of wonder and enthusiasm for the world and other people around them. However, on the more negative side, which we're always going to get to, the lover can be shallow, obsessive, and overly dramatic. They may be focused on their pursuit of beauty to the point that they sacrifice their soul for it, like Dorian Gray, or sacrifice their life for the object of their affection, like Romeo and Juliet. passion is not always entirely a good thing, especially passion unfulfilled or overfulfilled. To conclude, it can be easy to look at archetypes labeled as creator and lover and see the surface of them, the positivity and sort of light-hearted elements, and not be immediately inclined to look deeper beneath the surface. Artists can be inspiring and lovers can be something we strive towards being ourselves, but the toxicity of the artist and the lover can often be unmatched. As someone who is personally inclined towards the darker side of things when I write and create, I do find it interesting to meditate on just how wrong these archetypes could go. And while we are not all outlaws or explorers, I believe creation and love are areas in which we all have experience with, making these, like I said at the beginning, incredibly human archetypes. Thank you for exploring archetypes with me once again. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you actually get notified when I have a new video come out. Also, be sure to join the Stygian Discord server. It will be linked down below. I am starting writing sprints again this coming Tuesday, and they should, depending on life events, be every Tuesday through NaNoWriMo season, along with the usual live streams, which I'll be announcing shortly. I will be back next week with another archetype discussion, our final one before Preptober. Same time, same place, and until then, I hope you are having a day that is just as wonderful as you are. Bye.